Okay, good night, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the green development, environment, and sustainability in a developing world. The group is going to talk about the chapter 11, that is sustainability and river culture. The members group are Alendy Cesar, Jose Barreno, Juan Gutierrez, Orlando Fiallos, and Frank Lezacano. My subtopic is about the rationality and environmental control. This subtopic is about that there are two types of development: the immanent development, the change to economy and society that take place in an intentional development, the active practice of the state. The intentional development has produced the most dramatic environment transformations. Okay, the development was formed as an ideology and a practice. Practice as the end of the Second World War, and then it was based in the relation that the source should be used to improve the human welfare. Rationalization is fundamental to the process of development in the world. It underpins area of ecological managerialism from which mainstream sustainable development emerged. In semi-arid regions, the technology of irrigation has a powerful appeal. Dams and irrigation schemes hold a promise as dramatic strategies for disciplining nature and intensifying its explosion to produce economic benefits to the society. The another subtopic is about the engineering nature. These subtopics talk about the technical studies of the Nile River in 1904 that discussed the ideas for dams and water storage on the Blue Nile, on the river Atbara, and in the east of Africa Great Lakes. Once launched into government consciousness, these ideas were studied and debated repeatedly in successive attempts to bring the flows of both blue and white Niles more efficiently to the task of irrigation. They proposed the Equatorial Nile project involving storage in the Great Lakes and a vast canal to carry water past the extensive swamps and wetlands of the south. To deliver the saved water downstream to the southern Egypt, the Nile was by no means a long sample of a growing ambition and competence of river basin planners and engineers.
Good night. This article presents a critical review of studies on dams and their possible articulation with an analysis of the political ecology. The aim is to contribute to the research on the reach and impacts of these mega investments, which are understood as socio-ecological configuration that represents the power of the elite, both materially and symbolically. However, the construction of dams requires the consolidation of hegemonic discourses to make an environmental and social transformation possible with citizen support. Given this argument, I analyzed the case of hydrogen this is an example in Chile, focusing on the resources, the energy companies, and the government bodies that support this project. Finally, I explored the consequences that hydrogen is having in terms of the environmental conflict, in tension between them promoters and opponents, as to idea of Patagonia and how change to the energy policy are prompted. Thank you.
Environmental impacts of dams. The environmental consequences of large dams are numerous and varied, and include direct impacts to the biological, chemical, and physical properties of the river Paine. Dams are inevitably if a population if is against it because they have a problem with resettlement. If dams have just a little bit of benefits, these people have less support for the development and even to benefits. Dams create a great deal of controversy because of the amount of the people that do not resettle and was displaced as a result dam. Chinese government figures suggest that dams has displaced between 1 million and 2 million people before the end to the 20th century. In my opinion, people should not be forced to resettle. This is a high chance that the dam will fail and it only cause problems to the people who had to move.
So I'm going to talk about why projects fail. So as a matter of fact, many projects fail for a lot of reasons. So many studies have to be realized before the construction begin. They have to analyze pre-feasibility and feasibility and a lot of details. So after that, they process to the assessment and will qualify the people according to their experience, what they did before, the result, and the quantity of people who is interested to the job. So when you ask someone to do an investigation, he has to be careful because this future depends on the reports that he's going to present. So it's important to mention that competition involves a waste of energy and resources that can cause a big impact on the social as the environmental plane. And the organization also have big influence on the assessment process. So different considerations result in different directions and so many problems with the project. Many large projects have been elaborated without taking into account the population and the impact it could have on them. In Brazil, Sweden, or China, they evacuate a lot of people to make a dam without taking account the no-build options. All of this depend on the cost benefit and political interest.
So good night. For this interesting topic, we have a question. Can the inaccurate use of water sources can cause higher costs, not just economically but environmentally? Problems with river control are now perceived, and we cannot know for sure if anyone is taking action to solve this point at issue. Human impact can create a bigger challenge when trying to have a better understanding on how to increase the sustainability of the environment. Suggestions on how to decrease the wrong use of water sources in the same example of dams have been made, but we can only know for certain if they work if we try each one of them. It remains to be seen to what extent the proposals will prove effective in changing the way dams are planned, designed, and operate. This was by Scholar 2005.